So there was also the Great Marvito Act at Cafe Puff with Marvid wearing a turban and...
It was sensational. That's what I was trying to get at, is each one of them had these talents.
Right.
And there was so much entertainment there. You know, Puff did that Perry Como thing.
Yeah.
And the Marvito Act with all the magic and the, you know, the mind reading.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
And then the fleet of butterflies, and then the old sort of Merv Griffin show kind of model, you know, with Puff bringing on guests every week. I think he did that, and then it was always them, of course,
actually
but that's
great.
okay.
Yeah, and now we've got a big surprise for you. It's the Kabaloon, and then he'd be coming on, you know.
Amazing,
but,
and every week people would be surprised, because every week there'd be like a new facet of...
And sometimes he'd be in a funny hat or something, and
right.
You know, so I mean, it was always and you know what? I mean, even stuff like the bake-offs, that was more entertainment than you'd ever need in a club, you know.
That's right.
I can remember a night when Dick Cavett and Bunny Wilson were practically at fisticuffs about the whole thing because of those little lemon squares, you know, and it was, which one was better, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the people got so into that stuff. It was entertainment that you didn't have to pay for, you know.
Sure.
And great bakery stuff all the time.
And they sold all over the city, as far as I remember.
Well, I think at one point, again, Puff with his slightly more entrepreneurial side.
Sure.
He had some kind of franchise or something going. I don't know, you know. I mean,
who knows where these things...
I guess, you know, he is responsible for them all in a strange way.
Right.
So I guess he has to be the business end of the whole operation. But that Perry Como act was great.
It's great.
And the whole, like, Merv Griffin, like you said, you know.
Yeah, and I just want to ask you one more question, and that's about sort of the scholarly side to the Friends, because that's the other thing that amazes me about them. I mean, how do you feel about, for instance, Little Brown Bear's relationship to the new critics, the school of new critics in the South, and the whole I.A. Richards interest there?
Well, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that some of the essays aren't important, but I've always felt that the whole LBB thing with the new criticism was really more of not a pose, but, you know, it was definitely a culture that he wanted to get involved with. It was much more about the Southern gentleman's outfit. Sure. And, you know, he was with Cleonth Brooks in the last days there. Yeah. And I think he took a lot from Brooks, really.
Well, they had a correspondence in the late 40s.
But he was right there at the end, you know, when Brooks was dying. And, you know, it was like, it's kind of like he wanted to take over the mantle. Right. Or something, you know, with that little red cravat.
It's a lot to take on for Small Bear.
Well, not for LBB, no, but you know, no, I mean, I think he was up to it.
Sure.
But I don't know, I just feel sometimes, though, that it was more of a personal thing and not so much his intellectual bent, per se.
Right. Well, ultimately, he strongly affiliated himself with Theodore Adorno. And
yeah, I think that was probably more truer to LBB's soul.